What's the most important thing you know right now? Let's find out. And this deck is actually kind of interesting because I don't remember getting it, and I just found it as I was cleaning up, and it was like, oh yeah, hello, I remember you, but I don't, but I do. Hello, who are you? So, who are you now, baby? Now that the fog has cleared, now that the lies are being seen, now that you're coming out of the cocoon of who you are and who you were, it's the truth. What do you need to know? Two of Wands, Four of Cups, Three of Wands, 5, 6, 7 of Cups with 8 of Cups. Oh, and then 9 of Cups. Okay. So it's interesting. They had me make two separate piles. You have the 3 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups in one grouping here. Like this, kind of. And this is talking about how this has been a cycle that I see you now breaking, have been breaking, coming to awareness of, or about to, where there's almost like, what do you call it? Executive dysfunction almost, hear me out, where having to make a decision can feel so overwhelming that you kind of burn yourself out and you can't figure out what to do. It's that kind of energy with making a decision for you, being concerned. Did you make the wrong decision? And that's why you've been waiting so long. Is that why your cups are not being filled up in the way you've been wanting? And you keep going, or had been at some point, especially within your own head with the heart wounds that you were carrying previously, this energy of cycle of like, I must have made the wrong choice, because if I didn't make the wrong choice, I probably wouldn't be waiting this long and I would finally feel happy and fulfilled. So I must have done something wrong. I must have made a wrong choice. No. Some part of you realized that you did make the right choices, because the truth and the clarity that's coming through finally is you dodged the pew pews that would have stopped you from being able to get through what you needed to. So every time you said no, or something was closed off or blocked, even if it hurt, it was spirit going, that would have been a dead end for you anyway. Yes, you can cry like trying to take a baby out of a sweet shop or a kid out of a toy store kind of energy. Like, no, I'm not dead, I want to play with it tomorrow. Yes, that's fine. We get it. Spirit understood. But at the same point, now that you've realized how many things would have been no good for you anyway, and or will start seeing the results, like, damn, if I actually went with that person, I would have had those results. Oh my goodness, thank goodness. Or if I stay with that job, oh my God. Thank you. And the more you started to see how everything that was not meant for you was a blessing that it didn't work out, you were getting this you're getting this incredibleness, best way of putting it. So 5, 6, 7 of cups with 5, 6, 7, 8 of cups. They're tiny lines. I want to make sure I wasn't, misspeaking. And then 9 of cups. This is talking about how for so long you felt maybe you were being like a dalulu, but no. Like everything you wanted or dreamed or hoped for, maybe it's just a fool's errand. Maybe you weren't meant for it. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be yours. Maybe nah, baby. It's all coming in finally now, because some part of this realization with the Queen of, look how cool, I don't even know what deck this is, but I love it. Queen of Wands, and then you have the Hermit also. Look how dope the Hermit card is. By the way, if you know what this deck is, you're so awesome. It was a weird face we made. We were like, so the Hermit with the Queen of Wands is saying, through all this stuff, while you're like having this cycle of like insecurities and anxieties about choices you've previously made and etc., or that were made for you against your consent in a lot of cases, 444, you went within. With the Hermit, you started introspective work of like, okay, obviously I don't like what's going on in my life in whatever categories it was. I need to look within. I need to figure it out. I got to learn the new path. And not only is there a lantern in this picture, there's eyes on the palms of his hands, its hands, and there's like smoke coming out of his mouth. And it's giving the energy of releasing all the negativity, being able to realize that wherever you go, you bring your own light, and a new realization that everything you're putting out, you're also seeing bringing good results in as you were healing mentalities and reflourishing your soul in a way. The Queen of Wands on this card, I don't know if you can see, she's literally sitting on a beast. And it's the energy of pieces of shit throwing crap at you in a way of like feeding you to the wolves, and now you're like, this is now my seat cushion. Yes, aren't you a good little puppy? And they're like, what the fudge? Because this was a false high priestess energy that was messing with you. And it also could be, if it's not an individual person, like your mother or an old friend, a hater, because high priestess energy can be somebody who looks and seems and perceives like a spiritual leader, an authority figure that knows, a mentor, there's a lot of where they're connected to source and spirit, and you're supposed to just kind of believe them and listen and guide, which can be family, it can be friends, it can be different categories, or it can be an aspect of yourself where you weren't believing you could be all of that amazingness. So it was keeping you in a cycle of lack and disbelief. And the more the work you did going within, you battled those own demons, those wolves, so that you realized that you were independently thriving, and all the things that you were looking at really were things that just weren't benefiting the level you were getting raised up to. Like a caterpillar being upset that other caterpillars don't want to chill with it, and then all of a sudden finding out that not only did you turn into a dragonfly, but the dragonfly turned into a phoenix. Well, holy crap, I obviously can't hang out with a caterpillar and burn it like it was on a rotisserie. So now you're learning about how you're going to get, with the Nine of Cups, this ultimate fulfillment. Where is that Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups, just in case. See? You're getting this ultimate fulfillment of self finally. And this either ideology of you couldn't possibly be worthy enough for being a high priestess energy, or someone who always acted like, oh no, she, they are crap, but I'm amazing and I'm this, are going to be seen for what they are. Those that were just charlatans, or any of that stuff, because we don't need to keep going into that. If it applies, it applies. Otherwise, it is all sorts of stuff where you didn't feel like your intuition was on point or something because you've been waiting so long. Sometimes those connect too, where how could I possibly be spiritually gifted or connected or, a sacred one in some way if I haven't gotten my reward yet? It must be I made the wrong decisions, and that cycle can keep you stuck. Instead of everything you did was the domino effect that got you here. That's why you're still breathing and looking at me, kid. Good job. And that's why you're gonna start being able to flourish and shine and thrive. And all that's gonna happen is they're gonna have to lay down and handle the fabulousness that's coming into your life. Remember, Nine of Cups is all about emotional wishes being fulfilled. On the classic tarot, you would see some form of person with a table of items and them sitting content and happy. So you are Emperor. Yeah, no matter your pronouns, Emperor and Wheel of Fortune coming out after the Ace of Blades and Judgment in reverse with the Knight of Wands. Yes, yes. So, and the Nine of Swords showing itself. This is saying that you, no matter your pronouns, are going to be leveling up into the ultimate leader of self because of how much self-development you've been doing on all of your heart wounds and all the things that were holding you back from your fabulous, most authentic, genuine self. But this is also saying all the things that were trying to stab you in the back and hold you back are no longer going to be allowed, because being the Emperor and having the Wheel of Fortune finally turning in your favor means fated, destined, turning in your favor, where the lies are now going to be seen and all the truth is going to be seen. All the times that judgment should have been in your favor is finally coming around, because with Knight of Wands, that means very important information is coming very fast to you for your benefit, and it is all going to be part of this Nine of Cups wishes fulfilled reality for you. This is monumental. I'm so happy for you. Use the link in my bio. Check out everything I have on my website. And make sure you're following only me.